Of course, he's going to be playing again, as this is the all-kill format. He does get 1 kill.
And it's a Terran.
Terran. Oh, boy.
Which Terran is it going to be? Are we going to see Byung, or are we going to see Gumiho, or even, I don't know who else they got, Bunny? Bunny still...
Yeah, he's still on there. He's still active.
Still on the roster.
Yeah.
Well,
don't see him very often.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like could definitely be Byung here. I'm feeling more like it's Byung.
Okay. Okay.
All right, it's time. Who's it gonna be? Oh
It's
my
Bunny.
God, it's Bunny.
Oh, my God.
Well,
Okay.
how about that?
Not what I was expecting.
I don't think anyone could have expected this or predicted this, and I think the reason for that, the reason that he's coming out here is exactly for that reason. You know, True doesn't know anything about this guy. I think he's coming out specifically for a snipe build against True on this map, and he must have something crazy prepared.
Got to be Gangnam Terran. It
Yeah.
has to be.
I think definitely.
I think if you send a Terran out against True, and he's just going to try to play straight on the Habitation Station, you have made the biggest mistake of your life.
No, please,
You're
CJ,
feeding
don't do
him
that,
a Terran
please.
if you do
No.
that. He has to be doing
You're
Gangnam
feeding him
Terran.
a bunny, man. They're cooking it, they're roasting it, like spinning it over the fire. That's what they're doing if they send him out without Gangnam.
Well said.
Or some kind of other all-in, or some kind of big timing strategy. That's my opinion.
Well, guys, it's time for game number 2. Let's find out if CJ's gamble pays off here using Bunny up against JINAIR's True.
Up here in the top right, not doing Gangnam Terran in the yellow for CJ Entus, it's Bunny.
And over here, the top left, one of the best Zerg players in the world for JINAIR Green Wings. Top GSL finisher, it's True. And just getting some kind words there.
Which team were they going for?
That was for JINAIR.
That was for JINAIR. That was
for
True.
Oh, cool.
Pang Tae-soo.
That is his name.
That's his name. Well, I actually think this is. I think this may be a mistake. True is, to me, I think True is an amazing player in this matchup. One of the best right now, and I feel like it's almost like his specialty is this matchup on these tight, small maps, because Terran players love to be aggressive, but he like just holds his ground. He makes a lot of banelings. He constantly defends, and unless Bunny still has something prepared, because we don't know yet. You know, he's still got time to show his build here.
Yeah, and I mean, we don't see much of Bunny at all, so, you know, they're not going to be able to really prepare for him that much. And we don't know where he's at in his TVZ especially. So, you know, I think it's a pretty good choice. Maybe he's probably the best TVZer in the team at this moment in time. We're not entirely sure.
Sure. That's all information that we don't have.
Yeah, so it's actually a very interesting choice, and it's going to be a very interesting game, I feel.
This is
full first.
Yeah, this is the safety I'm talking about.
Yeah.
True will never play too greedy. He'll never take so many risks that you can just kill him right out. That's why he goes full first here. I mean, I think most Zergs against a player like Bunny going, oh my god, you picked Bunny on Habitation Station, I better go pool first. I think most players would, but just that added safety here.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and it doesn't put you too far behind. Obviously, creep spread, and your second queen is going to be a bit slower, but still, it's going to be fine against the Reaper opening, which looks like it's going to be.
Yeah. Those lings out pretty early, the first queen as well. And that Reaper will be queued up in just a second here. 4 more gas, and boom, there he is.
Yeah. So it's an interesting opening for the game. I mean, not too crazy so far. Very safe play from both sides. You know, obviously Reaper, probably the most standard sort of safe opening. It's going to be good against any sort of early Zergling pressure. Great for scouting everything the Zerg has, and potential to do a lot of damage. So it's going to be straight into a CC, so... Yeah, Bunny playing a straight-up game.
Yeah. Oh, from Australia, Karn the Greenies.
Karn the Greens.
What is that?
It's just like, come on, Greens. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a reference to like the Karn build or something. Like.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, huh?
No.
So that wasn't Greenies, it was Greens?
Greenies, I think it was.
It was spelled greenies.
Was
Yeah,
it
yeah.
the greenies? All right.
That's not like
I don't know.
Karn the is the term though, right? Not.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not
Obviously,
about greenies.
we're going for JINAIR here, guys.
Because I just want to verify like what a greenie was, but now it's clear. Okay.
It's all good. It's all good.
So he only makes one Reaper, by the way, and also sends that back to the Watchtower right away. He's not really being too aggressive with that. Wants to make sure it can hold his CC because he doesn't have any Marine production right now.
Yeah, very interesting. Doesn't really look for any sort of damage, but obviously gets a scout of what's going on.
Yeah. Very comfortable with this, just sitting back at home. He's, cut a lot of, production time, getting that reactor out really fast. Makes 2 Marines. The factory's not done yet. You notice that lines up pretty nicely. The Marines and the factory finishing up about the same time as each other. They can go ahead and do the add-on swap. I don't think he'll make 2 more Marines there.
Just to deny Overlords.
Yep. Seen this meta shift a little bit in Korea for a while now. Marine King are the first to do this.
Yeah. We noticed True was banking up about 120 gas, and he stopped mining for a bit, and he was waiting, maybe deciding whether or not to go for that lair or to get that speed. Decides to go for the lair.
Yeah, very, very fast lair. It's going to be interesting what we're going to see True do. Is it going to be fast mutas? Are we going to see Entus? Or what are we going to see, guys?
Could be 2 base mutas, I'm feeling.
Well, no extra gas has been made so far, so it kind of leads me to believe it could be something else. Very, very late
evolution chamber there.
Roaches.
Could be roaches, but the Roach Warren is too late also for Roach speed.
Double Evo chamber and a Roach Warren, but if you're going double Evo chamber, that means that you're going to want to get 2 upgrades at the same time, kind of leading you towards a mid-game kind of Roach.
But I mean, at the same time, it's just kind of blocking the ramp there, so no sort of Hellions can do a run by or anything like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Which makes a lot of sense too.
I think we could still see it. I don't know.
But looks like we're going to be seeing a drop. We're going to be seeing like a medivac. We're going to be seeing mine drop.
Yeah, mine drop over here. Widowmine is being arrayed. It looks like maybe he just rushed that out to get Overseers.
Well, he could have just got Overload speed at the same time and stuck in Tier 1. So it's interesting, but he's going to see exactly what's going on.
There's no mystery here.
It's like, oh, okay.
And with the Overseer, it's going to help him against the Widowmine drop. I don't think he knows what was in the drop necessarily. So he doesn't have a second Overseer home. We have Sea Roach speed. Turns out Roaches were definitely right.
Yeah.
A little bit surprised to see this, but...
Yeah, and we're going to have to wait and see how he's going to deal with this. Obviously, having Tier 2 already is going to help a lot getting Overseers for these mines, but still, they're going to do some damage.
Yep. Oh, the drone split here lines them up against the Hellions. And one shot is okay. Second shot kills a Hellion. That was a bit off.
All right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Gets 5 kills, but he's going to lose pretty much everything. Maybe the medevac actually gets away here.
Yeah, he didn't.
Wow.
He didn't really step those queens perfectly. It might have still escaped regardless, but University of Seoul summer program.
Nice.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Awesome.
I actually know some students over there.
Yeah.
All right.
You should stick around after summer too, actually, if you really like it here. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, it's a great place. Actually, summer's pretty brutal here.
Yeah, actually, I like the winter much better, but...
yeah.
I'm actually a summer guy. Sorry to disagree with Team Salmon here, but
wow.
I think that's just my, I don't know, like I'm good with the heat. Not really so good with the cold, but I don't know.
I don't know. She looked like she might be German. I'm not sure, though. So I mean, I don't know how hot it is in Germany either, actually. Like,
it gets pretty hot, actually.
I've heard it gets really hot.
Yeah.
Like, where I'm from, actually, if it's really cold, they cancel school. But I heard that in Germany, if it gets like so hot, they actually cancel school. It could just be like something I heard that's not true, but
and I
don't know.
We're seeing true.
Like, this could be false information, but
yeah, it's a lot of unknown facts here.
So, did he cancel Roach speed? Because now he's getting double upgrades for Lings, and he doesn't have any Roaches on the production tab. I think he still made a few Roaches. That's really annoying. That contaminate there on the on that starport. That's pretty annoying. But
well, he's transitioning back into kind of the standard style of Lingbane Muter. So he's going right back into that after defending the early aggression. So obviously they might have had some information on Bunny, like, okay, he loves to do like kind of like medivac drops. He likes to be aggressive early. So getting a fast lair for Overseers can help a lot.
He does not get the creep off.
He should have stopped it earlier.
He should have stopped it earlier. Absolutely right.
Yeah.
Straight into a pretty even economy here.
This just looks to me like True just playing safe. The Roach speed was maybe like a bit of a bit overzealous to actually go that far with it. But he makes several Roaches. He can defend against Hellbats if that's what's coming. His defense against the Widowmine drop was actually quite nice. Good splits on his drones. Now he's going to have Mutas out to harass. A really good map for that because you can close the distance really, really easily. Kind of bounce around the bases and do harassment. He's got 1-1 upgrades out, lined up pretty well with bunnies, and he takes the third base at a pretty safe timing. And his creep spread is already connected between all 3 of his bases and is starting to head down both pathways here.
Actually, not a fan of where that Baneling Nest is put at the third base, in front of the third base. Kind of like a place that's going to be very popular for aggression from Terran soon.
Easily snipeable.
Yeah.
Marine spots
Marine. Yeah. With that early lair, True was able to get out pretty early mutas here. So when Bunny's going to try to go in here and try to do these drop harassments, he's going to be out here with these mutas to stop that pretty much. And he's actually coming in the main base and doing some harassment here, picking off some of these SCVs.
Grabs a few, flies around, and big attack here now at the third base. He has to pull the drones, actually. The Baneling Nest, like you said, Moonglade, very exposed, but did not actually target it, came from a different angle. This one turret definitely enough to push these mutas away, but he does get a few kills, knocking the SCV count down pretty low. And oh no!
Little mistake there, loses 3 mutas. Really wants to get that muta ball all together, does not want to fight against those Marines with only 3 mutas.
Yeah, loses a few mutas over there at the third base of Bunny as well. Muta's count drops down now to 10. And I really want to see, the production tab shows here, the upgrades for 2-2 are already halfway done. He's really been on top of that, something that True did not actually produce. He didn't have the resources, it looked like, to get those. So he's going to be very behind in upgrades very soon for a while, and that's a big problem in this matchup, trying to hold that 4th base. Yeah,
and he really needs to get this 4th base down very, very soon before the economy is too caught up for Bunny. Like, Bunny's going to want to start aggression soon, and that 4th, if it's not up in time, it's going to be very hard for True to stay on top of it and stay on top of the sort of the army advantage. As well as the creep spread has really been moved out from the natural to the east, so which is also going to be a big problem to deal with these pushes.
Well, this Overseer is morphing here, I guess, out of fear of maybe more Widow Mines coming. But there's just too many Zerglings here. We'll have to get out. The Roach is actually, I mean, obviously not going to be too useful in the late game. They're actually being pretty nice in this little mid-game defense here. There's just a little bit of extra buffer here. Now, this base may actually be forced to cancel here. It's only halfway done.
Bunny's doing a really nice job of trying to pull True apart here. He's bringing the army all the way down. It went all the way up to defend against those drops, and of course he's clearing them out, but now he just canceled that 4th base. Not very good here for True.
Yeah, in fact, he didn't even get the cancel off. You know, he killed it right out. And oh god, that was so close. Nice pull away there with that one Zergling. Really nice cloning there. And True, I feel like, honestly, even though he doesn't have that 4th base, I'm liking his position in this game. Decides to take this base instead, which is very unlucky because he just happens to make it right when an attack occurs. But I don't think it was a bad choice to go for that location.
No. He's really getting pulled around the map a lot. He's getting completely manipulated by all these drops in different locations of the map. He really needs to keep Zergling Banes at one side and the mutas on the other side if he just wants to chase these drops around.
Yep.
He's taking too much damage.
You can see he's getting a little bit flustered by flying a couple of mutas right into that Marine ball there. Loses one of them. And now that there's another drop over here, still no defense.
He just seems to be a bit outmaneuvered here in a lot of ways. The spawning pool will now fall, which is going to be kind of annoying for later on if he wants to get that Adrenal Glands upgrade. Obviously to make more Zerglings for a while too, as he doesn't have a hive yet. Does catch the medevac for it. But again, there's another drop over here.
And some units walking as well.
Yeah.
See that on the minimap.
I mean, he doesn't have that 4th up still, and that's actually basically the key point in this matchup for the Zerg is holding the 4th base.
Yep, exactly right. And he's going to get canceled again. But at the same time, wow, he doesn't cancel it. But anyway, at the same time, Terran is constantly losing all these units to do this. So the supply is going up and up for True. So we might see it come to a point where True is just traded enough for these canceled 4th base to just do a counterattack on the 3rd base of the Terran and maybe go for a kill.
Yeah, that's what True is known for as well. He's known as actually the runaway train Zerg actually in Korea because he's just so aggressive. He makes so many Banelings. He'll often make more Banelings than there are Marines on the map because he just keeps them alive. You know, he's willing to use a few Roaches with his Zerglings to defend rather than making a massive amount of Banelings. I mean, without his spawning pool, still he has such a massive amount of Lings because he's just not really losing them. He's losing his base, which is painful, but this attack over here is going to kill the 4th once more. Hopefully he cancels it this time. Here come all those Lings. There's the cancel on the base. A few Roaches coming to join, but this ended up being a pretty good trade for Bunny. Here come those Banelings, though.
The Banelings roll in. They get some decent shots. It just doesn't look like there's enough here for Bunny. He's going to have to just get those medevacs out there. And he does lose all of those units once again.
I think this timing you were talking about might happen here, Moonglade.
I think it's gone out the window at this point. That 4th base is up with Planetary. The Terran is on equal supply. He's completely dominated the main base of the Zerg with the Widow Mines. He's in a terrible position. He's been pulled around so much to the point where he's just He doesn't have the army. He doesn't have the upgrades.
Yeah, 3-3 is about to finish.
Doesn't have the creep. He doesn't have anything going for him at this point.
Yeah, I think he just has to basically be all in from here. With 22 banelings on the way, I think that's what his plan is. You know, that timing you were talking about, he's definitely not going to hit that one, but I think he has to do some sort of big aggressive attack and hope he gets a good engagement. Definitely not have enough banelings with him right now. He needs those 22 that are morphing. He's trying to fight with the roaches, tanking for his mutas, but it's not enough.
Kind of a desperate attack there. He doesn't want to be fighting without his entire army. I mean, it was okay trades, but still, like, there's another drop coming in here to the main. Still no defense besides a queen.
This is just not looking good at all. Bunny's in complete control. He's completely in his comfortable zone here. And this is exactly what we thought when we saw a Terran on this map. It's going to be a Zerg sniper. And Bunny's doing a perfect job at it.
Yeah, he's really impressed me, actually.
The fourth time that base has gone down. He canceled the gold once as well. I mean, still, that main has been pulled so many times. So many drones have been pulled from that area so many times, it's barely even mining. Like, he's got 2 bases outside of that. Like you said, Moonglade, a planetary already up at that 4th base for the Terran. Here's another attack at a True.
Yep, lifts away. There are no mutos nearby. They're chasing, but they're a bit too far away. So he gets away here, joins up with reinforcements at the 3rd base, and is just going to have a great position up here on top of this ramp. Needs to split. Not a lot of room to work with here, actually, but the micro is good nonetheless. And with 3-3 upgrades versus 2-2, even though he doesn't trade perfectly here, he's got a good economy to follow this up. I think he just barely has enough 3-3 Marines to push those mutalists back as well. And I think that might have actually been the end here for True. He's lost a lot of queens. I think he's got a big larva problem right now because he's not spending all of his money. And it looks like it may be the beginning of the end here.
Yeah, it's really only a matter of time until Bunny chokes him out. No 4th base is the critical problem here for the Zerg. They have to get it up. They have to protect it. And they have to stay ahead in bases. You can't be on even bases with Terran because you will fall behind in economy.
Well, you can't be down on bases either, which is what he's been for the last, I'd say, 5 minutes or so.
And that's like the 4th hatchery that has not been canceled this game.
He's just so focused on his harassment. He's not really focused on what else is going on.
Yeah, I guess he just feels he's just playing a bit desperately here. He's just trying to get whatever damage he can done, and unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough. He comes in here, he gets some SCVs, but now Bunny has the rest of his Marines over here.
I mean, when we talk about worker counts, Bunny has 6 more SCVs than there are drones. So this harassment is like, it's nice and all, but it's not. The bigger problem is the army and the economy overall, the mining mineral patches themselves, the mules and everything else. That's what's really the issue here. He's never going to be able to make an army that beats Bunny's army unless Bunny makes a huge micro mistake for the rest of this game.
Yep, absolutely. There's pretty much no way that it's going to be very, very hard for Bunny to lose at this point. With this advantage, with this army advantage, with this supply advantage and economic advantage, no creep spread whatsoever near that 4th base. All Bunny has to do is kind of go down there and just take it out again. It's going to be very comfortable. The muta cloud is too small.
He's really trying to do what he can here. I mean, he's like trapped with those mutas back there, but he's really trying hard to make something happen with them. It's just been fruitless so far. Those 2 Widow Mines narrowly dodged here. He tries to bait. Ooh, does not happen.
Yeah, comes back here. Finally, that missile turret was remade at the 3rd base. But again, he's got 2 drops coming over here to this base, and there are no mutas to stop it, no units even, like we were saying, still no creep. Nice hit on the Widow Mine. A lot of Zerglings do come in here, may be able to stop it. No, the Marauders in the back do get it. Still not a cancel again.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, flustered is definitely the word I would be using for True at this point.
Scanned to see if it's been remade or not.
You might as well just...
He's like, again? Again?
Seriously, I gotta kill that thing again?
I think he was thinking about dropping a mule to block the drone.
No, that would be funny. We could definitely do that at this point of the game. Yeah, he's in commanding position.
20 more Banelings here.
I mean, even if he wipes out this army with those Banes, like, Bunny wouldn't be too stretched to pretty much rally. I mean, he's taking a lot of damage in his 4th here, so
yeah,
he can't throw everything away.
He's got a large enough muta ball at this moment where he needs more than just 4 turrets, but Bunny says it's time to go for the attack, but True is surrounding a ton of Banes rolling through. The splits aren't the greatest, but still a lot of Terran left over.
82 Marines versus 32 Banelings. He just has way too many Marines. Drops the Manor Mule here. Will kill the Baneling nest, which is True's main source of power here. And that placement you're talking about, Moonglade, only comes into play after the game is over. Is now going to take out that hatchery. Muta's microing their hearts out over here, but it's just not going to be enough. There's no way these Mutas are going to change the game. There's 61 Marines left still on the map, 5 Banelings only, and with no Baneling nest to replenish those, even if True had unlimited money, I don't think he could win this game.
Definitely not at this point. There's just no production left. There's no hatcheries. There's 2 hatcheries left. And yeah, it's all but over at this point. Maybe True going to do some mental damage, going to try and like annoy Bunny as much as he can for the next match. Who knows? Just flying around, enjoying his beautiful luck while he has it.
I think that Mule actually repair the medevacs all to full health. He's got nothing to do.
It's going to have to start mining those patches if there are any left.
Yeah, there's barely any left. Actually, I don't know if there are any, actually.
Well,
drones
the
fight.
banelings coming down as well as those drones you're talking about. But look at that giant ball of Marines and even Widow Mines in that mix as well. Yep. Another couple mules and GG.
Bunny, I've underestimated you.
I think we all have. That was really well played.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dismantling True there.
I feel like the map definitely played to his strengths. He showed us some very, very nice drop play. He was just pulling True apart, and True was not responding. Like you said, Wade, very flustered. He looked very flustered, and in the end, he was just able to cancel those bases enough times to finally get the win.
Yeah, it was ridiculous how many times that fourth got canceled and how pulled around True's army was, chasing from both sides of his base, from the top to the bottom, constantly losing his fourth. You just can't let that happen as a Zerg player if you want to win a game. You got to have creep spread out there. I mean, it's kind of like looking at the start of the game. It was very interesting build, very safe, maybe overly safe considering how standard Bunny played. He played a standard macro game, and True was kind of reacting to any sort of all-in that could come his way, to the point where it actually affected his creep spread too much and his economy too much.
Definitely true. I mean, he was ready for the drop of the Widow Mines and the Hellions. Very, very ready. He barely lost anything, but still, like, was it worth it in the end? Like,
wasn't worth it.
Maybe a much faster third base would have been a lot better.
Absolutely.
That was a bit of a weird game out of True. Definitely not his best in my opinion, but it was really a story of Bunny there. Very, very aggressive, very successful play. Doing exactly what I thought he would not be able to do, which was to play a straight-up game against True on Habitation Station. Totally proved me wrong, made me eat my words. I'm eating them right now.
Well, it's very clear that he was very practiced for that match on Habitation Station. He came out and he looked spectacular, so crisp the entire time.
Yeah, very, very